On the show, there was a segment on this job consultant who wrote this book suggesting that if you're in a career that you're not happy with, you should stay there. Kind of ridiculous advice because you will take a big cut in pay and you will lose the time you have in. So I figured I'd call up.
Yeah, but what about the people that just want to better themselves and you take the...
No, apparently...
You take the hit knowing that in the long run you're going to be making more money.
No, apparently you're losing. You will cut your pay, and you will lose the time you have in. It's kind of a ridiculous thing.
Well, you got to take the chance.
Well, that's just it. This guy is against taking chances, I guess. So people were calling up and telling their stories of how they changed jobs and did very well. So I figured I'd call up as Tony, and I called up to say that yes, I went from construction into a better job.
All right.
And I was all nervous calling up because it's a radio show, you know.
And I heard you got him pretty good because they didn't know it was you.
Well, they didn't know it was me. That's why I called. I thought it was kind of fun.
All right, let's take a listen to this, all right?
There's a great value in not having a regret at the end of your life that you didn't take a chance at something because you were scared or because other people talked you out of it or because you were just too much of a pussy.
Right.
Because no one has ever achieved anything of any significance by being a pussy.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, I guess. Don't look at me when you say that.
That's what I am saying, pussy. 212-757-1027. Hi, Tony.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
So I was in construction for about 15 years, and I changed my career, and I couldn't be happier. I got to tell you.
What do you do now?
I'm in radio.
As a matter of fact, I'm doing my show right now.
Wait, calling into a show does not...
I come on right after you.
Wow, wait a second. This is Anthony.
Hey, Anthony.
What's that?
They're ready to goof on me.
What?
They're ready to goof on me.
I know.
Hey, doing my show right now from the phone. Like, all right, come on after you. I was trying to disguise my voice a little. I'm so scared that they're going to know who I am. So I'm like, I got, how about that? Yeah, a job thing. Yeah. I kind of try to change my voice a little bit.
Well, let's listen to the rest of this.
I was in construction. I was effing miserable.
Right.
Anthony!
And, yeah.
Wow.
Anthony, I love you.
Quick on that. She finally realized.
It's like, wait a minute. It's Anthony.
I forgot that about Anthony. And you know what? I
wasn't going to change careers. I was going to keep crawling around in ceilings and ductwork. No.
Yeah, but the way Opie tells the story, he rescued you.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
I rescued him from a lousy show, though.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Yeah, I forgot you used to knock 10, dude.
Yeah. Did anyone tell you not to leave the job?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, don't go, please. We need you here.
You are a master tin knocker. You are the Zen of tin knockers.
Zen of 10.
You don't want to leave now, Anthony. We got the big Horowitz job coming up next month. You know, that's going to be a big score.
Yeah, that was always fun.
Yeah.
So you gotta ball sometimes and just leave.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready to now. I'm miserable now.
At your new job, your current job?
Yeah, I'm going back to tin knocking.
Yeah. You know, my dad...
Guys, I'll see you in a little.
Take it easy, man.
Wait, Anthony, give me your home number because I have some duct work that needs to be done in my house.
No problem. I'll give you an estimate.
I was pulling in the garage. My phone was crapping out.
That's pretty funny, man.
Yeah.
I remember those days. Where I'm like, you were ready to go, but I had to kind of talk you into it because, I was doing the show by myself for many years.
Yeah.
I think most people know the story by now. And Ann came on my show, and just, I mean, without a doubt, kicked ass right from the beginning. I'm not going to even, whatever. And so we got a job together, the famous job up there in Boston. And we had to scrape enough money for Anthony so he could go up there to Boston.
Yeah.
Remember, you called me like, dude, I'm gonna need it like $2,000 more, or I can't. I can't take this job. I'm gonna have to stay with this tin knocking thing.
I kind of need the minimum I could make is what I'm making now, and I went up to Boston for less than I was making doing sheet metal work.
Yeah.
So you're not really gonna get into the lucrative radio business very easily.
But you took the chance and. Look at that.
Yeah, how about that? What hell that was.
And I remember I had to talk you into it. We went to the IHOP for the big powwow.
Yeah, it was kind of, you know what it is? I have the old person on the plane syndrome.
Yeah,
it was like you just got to move your ass.
Because I'm like an old salt where I did the regular radio career where you go from town to town to town to town, city to city, and
after the schooling,
you just get used to going to a new city every 2 or 3 years. So when I had the opportunity to go from Long Island to Boston, it was a no-brainer. I've lived in worse places, but I wanted to bring in, and we want to start this whole new show and this whole new idea. So we go to the IHOP. Across the street from the Walt Whitman Mall up there.
Yes.
That IHOP is a very famous place. That's where I had to talk Anthony into coming.
Well, it didn't take much convincing, believe me.
Yeah, but remember us talking in the IHOP and it sounded like...
Oh, it sounded all gay.
It sounded really gay.
It sounded all gay, that's right. Oh, we're sitting there talking about going up to Boston for the job, and Opie is saying stuff like, I think we're going to do great together.
Right.
And I'm looking around like, I hope no one's listening into this conversation.
Yeah.
And we were having some kind of there was a problem at the time with the guy that was doing the morning show because he wanted me to be on his show.
Right.
And so some parts of the conversation were like, I don't think you'd be right with Bob. Right. I think, me and you have the chemistry, and I know we're going to do something. We're going to go places.
Right.
I don't think you and Bob have the right... and I'm sitting there going, you're going to think I'm a homo.
That you have to leave your current boyfriend for your new...
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
It was really
and so I real loudly every so often I'm going, yeah, well, doing radio with Bob isn't even an option. But doing radio with you... Because there'll probably be a lot of chicks.
Right. Can't wait to do that first show and get the naked women in the studio.
Yes.
I did say women.
Randy's on. Randy played a little part in this, too. Randy.
Yo.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
What's up?
No, I just wanted to say, tell Opie how blue-collar your thinking was back then.
Oh, yeah.
Opie, he was so excited because the company was paying for the move.
Yep.
So we're lugging boxes down to the U-Haul, and Anthony's telling me, this is great. I don't even have to pay for the U-Haul. I go, what are you talking about? Because the company's paying for it.
Yeah.
Put a box down. I look at him. I go, the company's paying for this move, and we're lugging boxes?
Right.
Yeah. I could have hired a moving company that would have come, packed it, and moved the whole thing. But my thinking was, I can't believe they're paying for this. But I had it ingrained in my head that when you move, you get the U-Haul, you get your friends, and you move.
Sure. This was the first time you moved where the company was paying for it, but your friends still helped you move.
I didn't know to call a moving company, and they would come and do everything. So it's like, yeah, I'm really doing great, man. They're paying for the whole thing. Okay, get the U-Haul. Hey, Randy, hold these boxes.
Did you at least get Randy some beer or something?
We were drinking the whole time. It was
Very
hysterical.
Good.
We'd bring one thing down and then sit in the truck, finish old beer,
Yeah,
back
beer.
upstairs.
Then we'd talk about stuff, and when we'd be sitting down, then the girls would drive by and see us sitting down. That was just great.
So we'd have to put the beers down and run back upstairs and grab something. Ooh, working hard. All right, Rand.
All right, that's the story I wanted to relate.
Thank you, Randy.
I'll see you guys.
Take it easy.
Very good.
I'm happy they were paying for it.
Wait. No.
What?
Let's back the truck up, though.
What?
They were paying for one U-Haul truck for you and I. That's how cheap they were. And you showed up in my my groovy bachelor pad there in Northport, and you had no room left for my stuff.
Let me tell you something. I'm ready to smack you. You know I'm ready to smack you in the head. That is absolutely not it. They would have paid for both of us.
Then why didn't I get my
separately
own
to move?
truck?
Because you said, dude, I only have two things, so it's really useless to get two trucks. I remember this. I have nothing. Just save a little corner on the back of the truck, and I'll get... All right, no problem. I load up my house, and I'm really strategically packing this to leave room at the back of the truck. There was a good probably 4 feet. Oh. 4 feet, the whole 4 feet of the back of the truck.
4 feet out of how many feet in that truck?
It was just like a 12-inch U-Haul.
It was like an 18-foot truck,
It was like
right?
an 18-footer.
All right.
No, not even. I think it was a 15.
15?
Yeah, a 15.
It was less than 4 feet,
my friend. I left you 4 feet.
My friend.
I know it.
My friend.
But the way, you know something, the way you were talking about your furniture, how you're just going to leave everything because it's a piece of crap. I have a couple of things. You were like, just leave the passenger seat for my stuff. I left as much room as I could, pull up to the house. It's like, what is this?
You open up the back of that truck, I'm like, oh, no. There's no room.
You should have gotten the other truck.
So what did we proceed to do?
started breaking stuff.
We broke all my stuff.
Broke all the stuff that wouldn't fit.
I'm like, whatever.
It was fun just standing in front of the house smashing stuff.
Right.
Wham!
No joke. I mean, broke the TV stand, the coffee table.
Yeah.
Left the mattress behind. The guy who took my apartment is still sleeping in a mattress.
You could have afforded it once we went up there. You were making a lot more than I was.
I was not! Don't even start that.
Hey, you were making a lot more than me.
Not a lot more. I made a little more, and then we made sure that we both got the same amount of money.
As I'm in the project.
You're such a dick.
Yeah.
You are such a dick.
I was in, Framingham with little friggin' Belgium. I don't know where the hell I was.
Listen, freak.
Hey, freak.
Listen, freak.
Yeah,
I didn't get a raise to go to Boston because I want to get you aboard.
I'm convinced you pocketed the money for the second U-Haul.
You're such a dick.
I'm so convinced.
You're such a dick.
Just like the 10.
Shut up, Ben. My word.
Oh, my God. And then
for all I've done, I get this.
And then they...
did I or did I not make sure your salary went right up to mine?
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course.
Because that needs to be on record. Yeah, I went up there making a little more than you.
Then the company also said they'd pay for a hotel. Where did we stay? My mother-in-law's house.
Oh, no. Don't.
I'm convinced you pocketed the money for the hotel.
No, I did not.
You know what's funny? Here's a cute little story.
All right, listen, we got to take a break.
No. It has nothing to do with anything. It's a now story. It's a story about what's going on now.
You sure?
Positive.
All right.
I
thought you were going to tell one of those mother-in-law stories.
No, it's a mother-in-law story, but it's not from a long time ago or anything.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
So I'm speaking with Jennifer yesterday, and
that would be the
future ex, as they say. And she's talking about my mother and stuff and family. And you know the big picture of Demented World that was hanging up in her house?
Yeah.
Well,
Demented World being our CD.
Yeah.
We made a big poster, and we gave it to her as a present, I guess, or you did.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, obviously, her mother now was covering it up with a piece of cardboard to put other pictures over it. So she's covering it up, and she goes, "Oh, sorry, Opie, but you have to go too." She goes, Jennifer's saying she's like talking to herself, saying, well, cover him up, but sorry, Opie, I like you.
Wait,
But you had to get covered up too. No.
Why did I?
You had to take the hit.
Why?
Because it's on the same picture. You had to take the hit.
We were practically dating. Why would you do that to me?
Yeah, we finally move out. Me and Jennifer finally move out into the project, and Opie continues to live with my mother-in-law for like 3 more months.
At least.
3 more months.
I think it was close to 6. And it's so funny. Everyone thinks like we were making a ton of money and living off the hog, living high off the hog.
No.
You were in the projects. I was living with your mother-in-law.
Yeah. And then you moved. You were able to save enough money to move to Wellesley.
That's right.
My God, I'm living in Wellesley. Opie lived in this town up in Massachusetts, which is like this hoity-toity, ritzy town.
It was a dry town.
And it was a dry town, so we'd always call up and go, "Dude, come on over, man. We'll go out to a restaurant. I know a great place in Wellesley." I'm like, dude, what? It's a dry town.
Right.
Why would I want to go to there? He goes, "Oh, no, you could bring your own bottle into the restaurant." I'm like, "Oh, that looks classy."
That happens all the time, though. There's a ton of towns like that.
Yeah. That's true. One of the top 10 towns in Massachusetts.
I didn't have I had an okay place.
It was funny. You had an apartment in a house, and it could have been a house anywhere.
Right.
Didn't matter.
It just happened to be in one of the nicer towns.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, that
You so moved there for the address.
No, I didn't.
Dude, it was miles from the station. It was closer to Boston than it was to where the radio station was.
I don't even know if anyone's following our conversation anymore.
They are.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because we moved to Boston, but the radio station was close to Worcester. Worcester is a hellhole and a half.
Yeah, but there's places in between Wellesley and the station that are nice.
But let me explain my point here.
North Framingham, where Ozone
I wanted
lived,
to be as close to Boston as possible because Boston is a pretty cool, young, hip city. So I figured the closest I could get without the commute being, to Worcester being too long would be Wellesley.
Right.
Couldn't go any closer because then it would have been too far of a commute.
Yeah, Wellesley or Newton, whatever. Nice towns.
I couldn't afford Newton. I really didn't want Newton.
Newton was like, that was where our boss lived. You just drive through there, and the police pull you over for being like, especially in the car I was driving.
No, they didn't.
Dodge Aries.
No, they didn't pull us over.
No.
If you were, let's say, of the dark persuasion, and you drove through Newton in a nice car, it was a guarantee that you would get pulled over. Ben's from Boston. Tell the story of, who was it, D. Brown of the Celtics?
That's where Boston keeps all their Jews, in Newton. They like being very segregated. They call it Jewton.
What's the story of the Boston Celtic that...
Was it D. Brown? He got pulled over.
Yeah.
Which town did he get pulled over? I don't remember. But
it was like Newton because he was driving in a brand new Mercedes or something, and the Boston cops were convinced he stole it because he was black in a nice neighborhood.
And it was like, yeah.
I don't know if it was D. Brown though, but it was a huge story up there.
It was one of the Celtics. It might have been D. Brown. They pulled him over
just because he was driving a nice car in a wealthy neighborhood up there in Boston. There you go. And before we move on, and back to like the regular show here. You got to talk about the Aries K car and being pulled over after we had a name for ourselves in Boston.
Yeah, because I was still making no money, and I drove an '86 Dodge Aries K, piece of crap, no hubcaps, all rusty. It was really a piece of garbage. As a matter of fact, we went to an event once.
He's downplaying it, man. This car looked like it was abandoned.
It looked like it was ready to explode. We went to an event once, and I parked in a big dirt parking lot because it was an outdoor thing, and everyone had left when we were going back to the cars.
You got to explain. You were in the dirt parking lot, but you were up on the side, kind of close to the woods, because that was the only spot you could get.
Yeah, it was very crowded when we got there, so I kind of parked almost in the woods. So when everyone left, we go walking out. There's this big dirt lot and one car in it, mine, parked over on the wood line, kind of on an angle. And Opie just looks at it and goes, "Oh, my God, look at that abandoned car."
And it was Ant's car.
It was my car.
I already knew it was your car.
I know, you prick. And then I'm driving through Ashland one day up there in Massachusetts, and I get pulled over by a cop. I'm like,
I got to stop you again. I mean, at this point, the show was huge. We were like, we were on a roll.
We're doing very well.
We were doing very well, yes. And everyone was convinced we were just multi-millionaires because we had such a great show up there in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
So I get hit with the lights and stuff. I get pulled over. I'm like, what did I do? The cop comes up. He goes, "Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Love the show." I'm like, "Hey, thanks." And then he looks. He goes, "What are you driving this piece of S for?" Like, Jesus. He only knew. Making less than I was making as a construction worker. Big fun.
It was fun. Anyway.
Boys.
Boy. Let's go to Adam. Adam.